How do I sound now?
You sound great.
Let's do the show.
Yeah.
You're listening to The Swingdom, the champion podcast of the year. 2 guys, 28 clubs, 0 putts given, with your hosts, Ben Ridner and Gunnar Kane.
And that's the show.
And
Everybody have a great
I'm
week.
going home. I'm done. No, it's like 6 weeks till the Masters.
I know.
It's all I can think about.
I just want the Masters.
It's all I can think about is the Masters are in 6 weeks. And just because I don't understand the rest of these tournaments.
Right.
Next week's tournaments. Do you know what it's called?
Is it less than 5 words in its name?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
It's called Sanderson Farms Champion.
Oh, yes, the old Sanderson Farms.
Where is Sanderson Farms?
I think it's I-28 in Longdale.
Sanderson Farms.
I have no idea.
It's a poultry farming company.
That's what I thought.
I'm not going to get into their poultry ethics.
Do we have a Tyson's chicken on our hands?
I think they're kind of I think they're that big, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the third largest poultry producer in the United States and produces 13.65 million chickens per week. It produces more than 13.5 million chickens a week.
Wait, does that mean when they say produce, does that mean make into food, or do they produce chickens? They're like, here, we have 13 million chickens again this week.
It says it is one of 4 companies which largely control the poultry farming industry in the United States. So it'll be contracted farmers.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now we know what production means.
Yep. So we've got Sanderson Farms, Shriners Hospital, the CJ Cup.
Yes.
And then you've got the Zozo Championship.
CJ Cup defending champion, if I'm not mistaken, Justin Thomas.
Yes.
Zozo Championship, Tiger Woods defending champion.
Yep. The Bermuda Championship.
No idea.
Brendan Todd.
Do you remember when, was it 2019 or 2018 where Justin Thomas won all 3 Hawaiian-based events?
Yes. Yeah. All right. I mean, I know we've got to get to the show. This week was I'm not going to say it. I said the name so many times last week. I'm not saying it this week. So it's just the tournament.
The Corrales Punta Cana Resort and Club Championship, hosted by the Corrales Punta Cana Resort and Club.
You're listening to The Swingdom, the champion podcast of the year. 2 guys, 28 clubs, 0 putts given, with your hosts, Ben Ridner and Gunnar Kane.
Can I just hi, welcome to the Swingdom. I was going to say something, but welcome to the Swingdom. I am Ben. I play golf. I play too much golf. I've got clubs. I wear shoes. I've got my favorite hat on. Thank you, Cinnamon Hill Golf Resort in Jamaica, for letting me buy this hat, I guess, because I bought it, but I love it and I wear it all the time. Anyway, I'm here with Gunnar Kane, my best golfing buddy. He is a golfer.
Yep.
He plays golf.
Mm-hmm.
He once shot a 66.
I did.
On a par 69.
I think that would be even more impressive.
Was it a par 72?
Yeah. Par 72, 66. Well, to put it in perspective, that's 6 under par. I have never come close to that on like a par 3 course ever. Even if I
No.
played it twice in a
No.
row, I still have not come close.
The lowest I've come on a par 3 course is I've done 3 over quite a lot. I've done 2 over once. That's the best I've done on a par 3 course. Gunnar has clubs. He's wearing a hat he bought himself.
That's true.
Yep. We
I
are
did.
wearing hats that we paid for.
Men of the people.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the This week was the Corrales Punta Cana Club and Resort Championship. I said it. I said it. That's me.
Yep, that was you. You said it.
I was gonna say something else.
Sure.
No, okay. You know where I'm at right now, which is like,
Yeah.
this is technically, right?
Mhm.
This is technically the 3rd tournament of the new season.
Yes.
The first one was the Safeway Open, which Stuart Sink won.
Yes.
The second one was the U.S. Open at Winged Foot.
Yes.
I called it the U.S. Open. I'm calling things by their name today, apparently. And this was the 3rd week, Corrales Punta Cana Resort and Club Championship. I think the thing that bothers me is like, the more I look at the fall and winter schedule, the more I realize that like the PGA Tour doesn't care until April.
I hear that.
It's like even all the purses are like 6 million, 4 million, 6 million, 7 million.
This one was only 3 million.
Yeah.
You know, we only accidentally got the U.S. Open.
I know,
You know
that's
what
what I'm saying.
It was
We're
only an accident.
We're only accidentally going to get the Masters as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I'm not that mad about it. I'm just sort of like, I'm watching it. I'm enjoying it. We'll get into it later on. I mean, the golf course was beautiful. The greens, I think, could have been in a little bit better condition. I think they cut them a bit too short and didn't really let them recuperate.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that. News. It is time for the news.
Time for the news.
There you go. That's our new hit single, Time for the News. Skyrocketing to #1 in a podcast music store near you. News.
Oh, one bit of news. Friday was the 25th, correct?
Yes.
Friday the 20th, 5th, I believe, marked the 5th year anniversary of the passing of Arnold Palmer.
The 5th year. Oh, I thought you said 50th year. I was like,
5th year.
No.
No, not
Okay,
50th.
yeah, 5th year.
5th year. T's and P's to the Palmer family.
Yep.
Golf misses its king. I thought about you, as a matter of fact, on Friday, because I thought that was a really cool story you told on Wednesday about getting to see Arnold Palmer play at St. Andrews.
Yeah.
And
I think that was like, it was
that's
one of those,
all the news that mattered to me this week.
yeah.
To be honest with you.
I remember that. I took a moment to basically tell myself, like, take this in, because this is going to be the last time anybody's going to see Arnold Palmer at the old course.
Yeah.
Which I think was a bit somber at the moment. At the time, it's a bit somber now, but I made sure to take it in. That was cool. We've been somber the last sort of like first bit of news. You want some happy news?
Yeah, give me some happy news.
Tiger Woods commits to playing in the Zozo Championship.
You know, when you're Tiger Woods and you're chasing Sam Snead's record,
he should be playing in every one of these tournaments.
He should have played at the Safeway Open.
Yeah.
He should have played at the Corrales Punta Cana Resort Club Championship.
Yeah.
He should definitely play at the Zozo, where I think it's really cool that he did win the inaugural event. I didn't
Yeah.
even know it was happening when it happened.
Well, it last year wasn't it in China?
I think it is supposed to always be in China unless you see something different
No,
there.
yeah. So this year it's at Sherwood Country Club in Thousand Oaks, California.
What?
So it's in my old stomping grounds around Burbank, Thousand Oaks. Like, it's in LA County.
Well, there you go.
So Sherwood Country Club, Thousand Oaks, California. Again, even though Tiger Woods is playing in it, it's a pretty low purse. It's $8 million.
Yeah, but I bet you the Corrales would have been 8 million instead of 3 if he played in it as well.
Yeah, but the CJ Cup at Shadow Creek in Las Vegas, that's $9.75 million.
I wonder what the CJ Cup has over, like, say, the Safeway Open,
I don't know.
or has over the Zozo Championship, other than being around longer. Who cares?
Yeah,
Tiger's committed. That's pretty cool. We're gonna
that
see
is
him
very cool.
in a couple of weeks.
Weird news.
Yeah.
Tony Finau's being sued for $16 million.
For what?
Apparently, there was a guy who wasn't a sports agent, but was kind of a sports manager, but was a friend of theirs,
Mm-hmm.
and basically said, if I invest in you and help you move to Florida to train with David Ledbetter,
Yeah.
I'm taking a risk on you. Therefore, I will get 20%
Mm-hmm.
of your earnings.
Yeah.
So Tony Finau is only made $20.5 million on tour.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy's like, yeah, like, he never paid me back. He owes me $600,000, but because I'm angry and I'm going to sue him for 30 times that because he hurt my feelings. Is that a bird?
That was a tree falling on my house.
Oh, is the tree okay?
Yeah, but I don't know if my house is.
Is your house okay?
I should probably go check that out. Give me a minute.
All right. Go check it out.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. I forgot what. So yeah. So Tony Finau's being sued by this guy who basically moved him and his brother to Florida, Orlando, to train with David Ledbetter. I think it's one of those things where it's a bit like Tiger Woods and Butch Harmon, where like they're still an undisclosed degree. Like, nobody's ever talked about what percentage of Tiger's career earnings Butch Harmon gets for being Tiger's first coach, for taking him on before he was anything. I think all of the coaches, like I think Hank Haney may not have a lifetime, but certainly when he's with him, you know, if Tiger Woods wants him as a coach, I would just be like, here's cash, because like this is my life's earning. I don't really, what else are you going to do with it? But I think a lot of these guys come in and they want sort of like a percentage of lifetime earnings, and I just think that is a tough sell. So, I mean, if I'm this guy trying to sue Tony Finau, I think it's one of those things. It's like, I took a risk. I had a contract. He's obviously a kid, when he signed the contract. He's number 8 in the world right now. He's made about $3 million a year on tour. I would say if you wanted your $500,000, $1 million back, there you go, take it. But if that's how much you spent on Tony Finau and his brother, then like, here's $300,000 and be happy. This is gonna be one of those things they settle out of court, undisclosed amount of money. Like, Tony Finau is going to get away from it. This is one of those things. It's a big story today just because like $16 million is a lot, but I wouldn't be surprised if this guy goes away for less than $1 million.
Look, I've seen cases where not agents, they are agents, but not managers.
Yeah.
Just good guy, quote unquote, agents
Helping out a player.
helping out a player. That it happens in baseball a ton.
Yeah.
It happens in golf a ton. It happens in football, basketball a ton.
Yeah.
And that it sounds, I hate to say it, it kind of sounds on the up and up. And it almost sounds, and again, I hate to say it, that Tony Finau said, "Oh, I'm super famous and you don't really mean much." But what they do is they basically bankroll young athletes.
Yeah.
And they
Looking for a
say,
payday.
yeah, well, and they do take a flyer. It's a gamble, but they say, I'll pay your room and board. I'll pay for you to eat. And you go out there and you train. I believe that you can be a pro.
Yeah.
And if the only way to become a pro is to practice every day, and you can't do that because you rely on a job, I'll be your job.
Yeah.
You go practice every day and make it, and you owe me a cut. And usually it's $600,000, or it's 20% of your first year's salary.
Yeah, I don't think it's like
that.
I don't think it's a story because like this doesn't happen. I think this is a story because this guy's like, well, I gave up 600,000 and now I want 80% of his career earnings.
Well, I mean, you think, I hate to take this guy's side on this, but or sound like I'm taking his side, because I'm not.
No, I mean, what I'm saying is that, and I hope you agree with me, is like Tony Finau settles us out of court for an undisclosed amount, which is probably somewhere around $1 million.
Probably, yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, usually this ends after the first year. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
It ends. It's the first year. How long has Tony Finau been on the tour? 6 years, 5, 6 years.
I think
now?
5, 6 years. Yeah.
So with inflation, with interest, you know what I mean?
Inflation.
Look, I'm being crass about it, but
yeah,
it is, maybe he's been in contact with Tony and saying, hey, look, we had a deal, and he's been giving him the cold shoulder. So now he's finally taking him to court.
Yeah.
And it could seriously be a situation of loss of income because of it.
Yeah.
And he's well within his rights. I don't think $13 million okay, but something tells me Tony Finau's probably in the wrong on this one and made a deal that he should or shouldn't have made, but he never paid up. And thank God it wasn't a bookie,
Yeah, exactly. Do you like your kneecaps?
You want your knees or your hands? Which one?
Yeah.
As a professional golfer, which one do you value more?
Yeah. Probably my knees. Probably my knees. I spent a decent amount of time watching the Dubai Duty Free Irish Classic Championship this weekend.
Yeah,
that was fun. Mr. Catlin.
Yeah, I believe it's his second win in 3 starts.
Yeah, he's gonna move his. He's gonna be I think he's gonna be a pretty big deal on tour soon.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna move on over. If I were him, I'd stay on the European tour, like finish out this season.
Yeah.
But if he's in the top 60 in the world rankings, which you can do on the European tour, you can make your way over, show up at the Masters, play at the U.S. Invitational, the PGA, and certainly I think if he's I think he's already got an invitation to the Open next year.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so
get it done.
Not a whole lot of. I think like the only thing that I think is sort of newsworthy is that. So these guys travel for the Corrales Championship. That's what I'm calling it. These guys, I want your opinion on this. These guys travel to the Dominican Republic during a pandemic. They don't quarantine. And now they're going to go back to the United States during a pandemic, and they're not going to quarantine. They're going to go straight to Mississippi and play in the Sanderson Farms Championship. Does this – and then not only that, but then next week they're going to play in the Shriners Hospital for Children's Open. So if they came back to the UK, they would get fined £1,000 if they left their house before the 14 days was up. for anything other than sort of like grocery shopping.
Right.
I don't love this as I haven't really loved much about this season on the PGA Tour, especially with sort of the withdrawals that nobody wants to talk about. Like,
I'm with you. I mean, we had 2 withdrawals this week, and I really don't know why. And they were kind of skeptical withdrawals as well.
yeah, they weren't bad score withdrawals. They were just like, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Robert Garrigus.
Yeah, and Sean Stephanie both withdrew. I
Yeah.
mean, Sean Stephanie was 8 over. But Robert Garrigus withdrew through 17 in round 2. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
Just weird, and it bothers me because I think these guys should be. I think the bubble should be the most important thing. I think it's weird that they're sort of going. I know it's North America. I know it's the Caribbean. I know it's a resort. I know they probably could have made it a bubble, but we didn't get any like clarification on how the bubble was going to work out.
Well, I think the only forgiveness that they're getting here is that they're testing players every day.
Okay.
So,
But if players are withdrawing, we still don't know why.
I mean, here in the U.S., there's states where, there's a recommendation. Yeah, if you travel, as a matter of fact, from Virginia, if you travel from Virginia to somewhere else, you should quarantine for 14 days.
But it's still just a recommendation, right?
Right.
Yeah.
They're all recommendations.
No, like here in the UK now it's mandatory.
Right, but I'm saying that's country to country. This is state to state. But you see like the NFL.
The Dominican Republic is a country.
I know, but I'm talking about, I'm just using the states as an example.
But I'm talking about the people going from the Dominican Republic to Mississippi.
Yeah, but I'm using the states and the travel as an example for what I was saying.
Okay.
I'm saying like the NFL travels between states, right?
Yeah.
And the way around that is that it's forgiven because they get tested every day.
Okay.
I would assume that it's the same here, where even though they're traveling country to country and we don't have a fine put in place like you do, to where if you don't quarantine your 14 days.
How does getting tested every day make it safer?
I'm not saying it does. I'm just saying that's probably acceptable among the governing bodies.
Because if you get tested and you have it, they're not doing track and trace. They're just sort of being like, oh, well, you've got it. You go home or you stay in the hotel.
Oh, they're tracing. If you have it, then they do contact tracing.
And then it's like, okay, everybody in the Dominican Republic.
Well, you're not. It was just weird. Like everybody in the Dominican Republic, but it would be like
I mean everybody
everybody
who played in the Dominican Republic. Not everybody in everybody who played in the Corrales Championship.
Well, no, it would probably just be the people in your groups through the 4 days.
And this is the other thing I saw. Normally when people go and play in a tournament like that, they don't bring their regular caddy because their regular caddy doesn't. They think it's like, oh, well, like this is a week off. Like the guy, there are caddies in the Dominican Republic who know the course better than I do. Go get one. So like those caddies, are they in the bubble? Have they been in the bubble? Are they getting tested?
I don't know. They probably are being tested if they've been picked to go out onto the course.
I hope so.
Then they become a semi-employee of the PGA Tour.
Yeah, it just worries me. Like, it's just not a great look.
I'm with you.
It's just not a great look.
I'm not arguing against it. I'm just saying, that's kind of how I see the workaround. I have 2 bits of. I have one update for you, and then I have a really cool update for what we're doing in golf. But the large branch that just fell on my house was about 6 inches in diameter and came within about 3 inches of shattering one of my 4 skylights. So we're all good.
We're all good.
We're all good. Just a little bit of a bend in my gutter. So we're okay. Sorry, I had to leave the podcast for that.
Wonderful news. That's absolutely wonderful. Are you ready for the read?
Sure.
It's time for us to put down our bag and hear from our sponsors.
You know something that's been bothering me lately?
What?
I can't hear if anybody on the PGA Tour is getting positive tests for COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to hear that.
I wonder if that's are they saying it or they're not saying it loud enough for you?
Yeah, like I would like to hear, I'm having a hard time hearing
Right.
whether or not the PGA Tour is testing for steroids.
That's what I wish I could hear.
This is going to be interesting because if Bryson qualifies for the Olympics, he is going to get Olympic-style testing for steroids.
I almost feel like Olympic testing for steroids tells you if you've taken steroids in the past 47 years. Yeah,
it's not like
ever.
So from what I understand, when you get like when if it's an Olympic committee, if it's an Olympic pee tester, they watch you pee.
Yes, they do.
And they don't just like watch, like they're not just like in the bathroom.
Yeah, right. They're not behind you. They're
watch
watching
you pee.
Right.
So I'm just saying I don't want to be that guy, but I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see what happens with Bryson.
Here, if Bryson opts out of the Olympics for any reason,
we know.
It's
a foregone conclusion.
It's a red flag. It's to sound the sirens. Bryson DeChambeau.
Yeah, I mean
that's
that's something.
Steroids.
That's something I want to hear, and because I want to hear that, I'm gonna get back on topic, and we're gonna go to Beltone Hearing Aid Centers of New Jersey.
Yes.
Yeah. We had good old JR on the pod last week.
We did. Thank you.
Thank you, JR, for being our first caller.
Coach J. Appreciate you.
You were like, do the confetti. So in the video, I did confetti.
Oh, I got to go back and watch the video.
It says first caller ever.
Oh, does it right up on the screen?
Yep. I did that just for you.
Thank you, Ben. We're a good team.
Yep. So if you feel like getting your hearing tested for free, go to Beltone Hearing Aid Centers of New Jersey. Use the code word golf, GOLF.
Yep.
Call +1 732 888 9000. Again, that is +1 732 888 9000. Use the code word golf. Get your hearing tested. Hear about Bryson's steroid debacle, which may or may not happen. I'm not saying that it might, I'm saying it might happen. I'm not trying to defame anybody.
Yeah.
Hear about Jordan Spieth's golfing woes, because we talk about that a decent amount. Yeah. And how Patrick Reed is a cheater sometimes.
Yeah. Yes.
Not when he's patting down the grass, but when he's patting down the sand.
Yes, the sand is the issue. Yes.
Yeah. So if you want to hear all about that, but you can't, call +1 732 888 9000. Go to New Jersey, get your hearing tested. Use the code word golf.
And now to your hosts, Ben Ridner and Gunnar Kane.
Let me tell you, I was driving. I drive a lot for work. And through we cover 5 counties, and through 2 counties, I pass a Beltone Hearing Aid Centers.
Of Virginia, not of New Jersey.
Not of New Jersey, but I pass 2 different Beltone Hearing Aid Centers. And this is important for our listeners because I the great people of these two counties, I would drive, and maybe you may appreciate this more on the video, but I'd roll down my window, right? I'm just driving, right? And then bzzz, that's my window going up.
Oh, that sounds just like a window.
And then I would yell, golf! And not a single person came out to give me a free hearing aid or a hearing assessment. So
You know
for our
why?
listener, because it's Beltone Hearing Aid Centers of New Jersey.
Not only that,
And
if
you have
they're
to
stood
Right.
outside of a Beltone, they can't hear you.
They probably
They
can't
have
hear
to
me
go
anyways.
into the Beltone
Right, they have to go in or
to
call.
get their hearing tested.
Yeah, or call
That's how that
732-888-9000. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That's where I was like, I tried it twice, 2 different
Yeah.
centers, and I was like, oh, that's why it's not
I
right.
know.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
That's like me. That's like me when I yell representative.
Representative.
Like I'll be in the grocery store and they're like, "We're out of meat," and I'm just like, "Representative." They're like, "What is it?"
They're
I'm
just
like,
looking
"I'm
at you.
pressing 0 on my phone. I want a representative now. I want a real live person who's in the store who can see my telephone,
Right.
who can get me the meat."
Right. Exactly. And can I also give a quick shout out to Soundman Dan?
Yeah,
For making us sound so professional.
we
in
sound.
between our reads.
Yeah. Thank you, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
Oh,
I
tell him you
just
said that. I've been seeing him every day. We've been prepping for our trip like crazy.
I noticed.
We leave on Tuesday. We've got to figure out.
Exciting.
We've got to figure out our schedule for next week
Yeah.
because I'm
You-
going to be MIA.
Yeah, you're gonna have to send me your pics.
Yes, and then you're gonna have to put out a podcast.
I don't know how to do that. You have the equipment.
I have the. It may be a bit like when I was in Ireland.
Yeah, maybe.
It
Are
may
you
be a bit like that.
Zoom me from the woods.
I think I'm gonna zoom you.
from a tent.
So on Wednesday we're playing Silith on Solway, which is like this
Yeah.
beautiful course on the ocean. But
Yeah.
our tee time's at 9:50.
Oh no.
Which means I'm playing golf from like 10 o'clock in the morning till probably 3 in the afternoon
Mm-hmm.
because this golf course looks hard.
Right.
So 3 o'clock, that's 10 o'clock your time.
No good.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I might be able to do it at like midnight that night, but that like we've got to do it a bit earlier.
We gotta figure something out.
Yeah, we've either got to do it Tuesday night or Wednesday night, but we'll figure it out. We'll get it. Thank you for listening to our schedule difficulties.
I tell you what. Because we have this platform for everybody to hear what we're doing tomorrow. Tomorrow evening, Ben and I will be sitting down to have a meeting.
Yeah.
To figure out the schedule.
Or we can just record tomorrow.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
We never have information well enough on Mondays.
You know what my favorite part about this
That's
podcast
how we
is?
end up picking people who withdraws reporting too early.
You want to know how I know that this is an alternate event?
Because we haven't even talked about it yet.
Because I'd rather talk about our schedule than the Corrales Punta Cana.
Resort and Club Championship. Hey,
What?
I told you earlier I had a hot take for this.
Yeah.
Here's my hot. I'm just going to start off with a hot take. This was a resort course, and I think that
Who said that?
If you gave me 4 practice rounds, I would have made the cut at this course. As a 5 handicapper, that's my hot take. As a 5 handicapper, if you gave me 4 previous to day 1 practice rounds, I would have made the cut.
No, you want to know what my hot take is? And this is gonna sound a bit conceited,
Yeah.
but if something just happened. Oh, that happened. If any of the top 10 players in the OWGR were in this,
Mm-hmm.
it would have been minus 30.
I thought about that too. Although your boy nailed the scoring prediction, so you're welcome.
Yeah. Something else that annoyed me a little bit. 280-yard par 3.
I know.
What? and they're hitting irons, and
They're hitting irons, like 5 irons.
They're landing soft.
They're hitting 5 irons.
They're hitting 5 irons, and they're landing soft.
For 280 yards, they're all juicing.
I watched Jonathan Vegas round 1.
Oh my God!
He hits it to 3 feet, and I'm like, that pin is 5 paces off of a bunker.
And they were like, "Oh, really muscled a pitching wedge out there."
Yeah, I'm like, number one, like, if I hit the green, even if I hit the green,
yeah,
which I wouldn't,
for sure,
which would be never,
right?
Like, it'd be 1 bounce on the green, and then it would be 30 yards past.
Yeah,
because there's no way I'm stopping a 280-yard shot.
Wait a second. You're giving
in 10 feet.
You're giving yourself too much credit here because that's assuming you carry 280.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying even if I did carry 280.
I'm saying we're not carrying 280. So we have to hit before the green, which is probably the better play. We're probably more cut out for a 280-yard par
Not
3.
this one. This one, the pin was tucked behind a bunker.
It was something.
It was... it made me so mad. It made me so angry.
No good.
It made me, and there was another ball next to his.
Get that off the PGA Tour. Nobody wants to see 300-yard par 3s.
It's not
Clowns.
that. Like, it's not that it's like a 300-yard par 3. It's just like, it makes me want to. I was like, why isn't the LPGA playing this week? I want to see some realistic golf.
Yeah. I'm totally with you.
I don't want to see guys hitting irons further than I can ever hit my driver, except for once by accident.
And
landing it like that, I can't land an 8 iron that short.
No, it's almost like it's almost like a little flip wedge in there with your 5 iron for 300 yards.
Yeah, it's like, I'll put this a little bit in front of my stance. I'll get it up in the air a little bit higher, and it'll land soft. And I'm just like...
Yeah, let it carry a bit.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I have a hard time getting my long irons off the ground.
Okay.
I hit beautiful stingers.
Yeah.
With my 5 and 4 irons.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I mean, pristine.
No, this
stingers.
pin was tucked. This was obnoxious. I hated it. I hated a 280-yard par 3.
I say all that to go back to, if you gave me 4 practice rounds, I would still made the cut with the 300-yard par 3. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against you.
This was ridiculous.
Yeah. All right. So round 1.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. We watched it.
Yeah.
Round 1. I was paying attention to Graham McDowell and Henrik Stenson. Henrik Stenson's sneaky in this tournament.
Yeah.
I was having a good time with that one. I mean, they finished 2 under. The whole group did. Comers, Graham, and Henrik all finished 2 under, tied for 46 by the end of the day.
Yeah.
But it was nice to see Henrik Stenson out there playing some magic golf out there.
Yeah.
I did. Your best of the day was Sepp Straka. It's not Padraig Harrington. Do you remember his first name? Harrington's first name? It's like Steven.
I think it is Steven.
Harrington.
Scott. It's Scott Harrington.
Scott Harrington.
Yeah, sorry.
Matt Swafford and Tyler McCumber, all best rounds of the day, 65, 7 under par. And Marcel Oliveras not having a hot start to make the cut.
He's an amateur.
Not having a hot start to make the cut. 85, 13 over.
He is legitimately a man of the people, though.
And he still did not withdraw like Sean Stephanie did after an 8 over round of 80 through 18. Look, Oliveras.
I'm looking at the scorecard now.
I would have beat him.
He finished 10 over last place. So he shot an 85-80 in the first 2 days?
Yes, same.
Was 21 over. I'm not mad at that.
Can I tell you how excited I am?
He played on the PGA Tour as an amateur.
You're darn right he did. Can I tell you how excited I am that the Corrales Championship Instagram account was all over our Man of the People story posts,
Yes.
and they were all about it. And I don't know what that says about Corrales, that they're like, we got him.
Yeah.
Or if they're like, thanks for mentioning us on social media.
I think they were liking everybody that mentioned them on social media, and I don't want to sound.
I thought they were our best friends all week.
I'm cool with that. I'm really cool with that. Thank you, Corrales Club and Resort. We should send them a direct message and be like, if you want us to come to your resort, just give us 99% off.
Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah. We'll pay our way as long as it's totally free.
I will give you 5 rounds to shoot. Where's the cut? The cut was -2?
3.
-3.
You give me 5 rounds, I'll shoot 3 under.
Not
in one of them.
In one of those 5 rounds.
In one of those 5, I'll shoot 3 under.
5 under.
Yeah, I have the whole course mapped out.
Do I play with you? Because I'll make you worse.
Yeah, you play with me.
Okay.
I have to have a partner.
We'll film the whole thing.
Yeah, I'll 5 rounds. I'll get to 3 under in one of those.
Bold statements.
I'm not kidding. I watched the golf.
I watched it, and I just this is gonna sound terrible. I just pretended like there wasn't golf, and I was just enjoying the scenery.
Right.
Like I put it on mute, and then I put on some like whale noises and white noise, and I was just like, wow, this is real pretty.
This is like
that's a nice house.
Are you doing a calm.com read right now?
That's basically what happened. I was like, wow, I feel so relaxed.
Yeah, it was in good shape.
Wow, Jonathan Vegas just hit it like 277 yards in the air and stopped it at 279.
Something. All right, round 2.
I would have had my driver on. I would have just I would have gotten like a 7-inch tee. Just been like, hit it straight up in the air and be like, please stop. I would have just gotten a pencil, just ripped the eraser out, and just been like, all right.
Bang. Tee it high and let it fly. You know what I mean?
I would say the only thing I didn't love about that, I loved this course. This course was really, really cool. Like I said earlier, the greens probably could have used a bit of work. The rough wasn't scary at all.
No, it wasn't. Well, speaking of the greens, they were browning in round 3.
Yeah, they were browning. I know. That's upsetting. It was nice, though, because like in the U.S. Open, the bunkers are safe. Mm-hmm. On this course, the rough was safer than the bunkers. I prefer it that way.
I've changed my tone on bunkers. I hate sand.
Yeah.
But I figured out sand, I think.
Okay.
And now I'd prefer to be in the sand.
It's just really, really tiny rocks. I mean,
that's it.
What do you mean you figured it out? Oh, you figured out how to get out.
Sand,
oh,
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I used to have 0 shots out of the sand, and now I have 3 shots out of the sand.
I was going to say, so the thing about sand is when they started putting sand in, they didn't I think they would rake the sand first thing in the morning.
Yes.
Or they wouldn't rake it at all.
I think it's a first thing in the morning thing.
Yeah. Which annoys me, because now that we're playing in a post pandemic time,
right?
There's no rakes in the bunkers.
No,
we get we get 6 inches to move the ball. Mm-hmm. But if you're not out in the morning, it's a real hazard.
Oh yeah, it's a true hazard. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've said this even before the pandemic. I've been saying this for years, for as long as I've been watching golf. It's like, if you're gonna have rough that is that dangerous, mm-hmm. you need to have the bunkers be more dangerous than the rough always.
I see.
And if you're going for history, like the USGA Invitational, they should break the rakes over their knees.
Invitational this year. For that one tournament, it was just the Invitational.
I know. Next year, I'm going to call it the USGA Championship again.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
I enjoyed this tournament because the sand was more detrimental to you than the rough was, which was nice.
Yes.
I expected more holes along or being broken up by water.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you look at the resort from the sky, like maybe about 4 holes, so a quarter of them, just a little bit less than or more than or whichever, like were on the water, and only one of them was really broken up by the water, and it wasn't like in a bad area. Like, I love like a par 3 over a canyon, a water hazard, like when you've got to get over the water.
Mm-hmm.
When short isn't safe on a par 3, I love that. Like, my favorite par 3 in golf, and you're going to say this is ridiculous, my favorite par 3 in golf that I've ever played is the waterfall hole at Meadow Farms.
I like that.
I love that hole.
That's the closest I've ever come to a hole-in-one.
Really?
Yep. It lipped out.
Yeah.
Closest it was.
That's
beautiful
my favorite.
shot.
They've got great par 3s at that course.
Yes.
But my favorite
they
one
have the island hole. It's a beautiful course. I
was going to say my favorite on tour is 17 at TPC Sawgrass.
Yes.
And a tie almost with 12 at Augusta.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those 2 holes, because you're not safe short, you've got to go for it.
Yeah.
Like, the thing that I don't love about number 12 is that you are safe left.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because of the way it's in a C shape. Like, if you go left, like, you have a lot longer to go.
Yeah, you're still okay.
Yeah. Whereas at Sawgrass, you got to be on it.
Yeah, you hit it straight or you're wet.
Yeah, so I wanted to see. The thing was, it was great seeing water in the background, but I love seeing like the water on the course.
Yeah, water in the middle is important, especially with the seaside course.
Yeah.
And they just didn't, build that in, which is why it's such a resort course. You're there to relax, Ben.
Were you saying that? Was it you that somebody told me that the fairways were like 70 yards wide?
I wasn't telling you that, but they were about 70 yards wide. They were wide.
Somebody was telling me the fairway, and they went. So basically, you went from playing at the USGA Invitational, which the fairways were like 15 to 20 yards wide, to playing this place. And I haven't looked at this. This would be a stat I'd be interested in knowing. It's like, how many guys went from the USGA to this tournament?
Not many. I want to say about 10 tops.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
All right. Did we do round 2 already?
No, round 2 was Adam Long, Luke List with your best scores at 65, 7 under par. Which that was your 3rd pick, and I want to congratulate you on that
having
sort
a
of
squeaky
pick,
chair.
He was at the back end of my list, so
very
nice. Oliveira's amateur again, and Chopra 8 over 80, no big deal. Corey Connors, my guy, gets cut.
Rafael Campos had an 81.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Oh,
it's fine.
Okay. Corey Connors gets cut. Oliveris gets cut. Those are my 2 guys, and one of my guys in my long shot. Graham McDowell gets cut, which I didn't see coming. The cut line was 3 under. Robert Garrigus, like I mentioned earlier, withdraws through 17 holes, and I'm not really sure why, because he was doing all right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he would have made the cut, but I really don't understand the difference between getting cut and withdrawing. I really have to figure that one out.
I have no idea if Oh, this is a while ago. Sorry. Yeah, I just wonder if it's one of those things, like if he's on a medical exemption, if it's like rounds completed.
Mm-hmm.
So like if he doesn't complete the round, he gets another round.
Oh, maybe. I really don't know.
It's just like it must be something weird like that. Otherwise, he's just the other guy that does that.
I really don't know.
Yeah. So
round 2.
That was round 2. The cut line was -3. Guess how many players made it? Exactly half the field. That's wonderful.
74. That's right.
Yeah. I mean, this is the nice thing about this, and when it comes to golf, is the guys who make the cut they get to play on Saturday. And then
Right.
Saturday helps you move into a better position on Sunday where you actually win the money.
That's how
And
it works.
So as long as you're hitting the golf ball on Saturday and Sunday, you're making money. But how good you hit the golf ball on Saturday really, really, really makes a difference to how much money you make on Sunday.
That's true.
That's golf stuff.
You
That's
know
sports.
what? That chair.
Sorry, that was just lame sport. That's when people like if that's hot mic for you. When I have nothing to say on hot mic, I just do that.
That's right.
So he's trying really hard to just get the golf ball in the hole in the lowest amounts of shots possible.
You know what's really fascinating about golf is that they take this stick with like this elongated like head on it.
Yeah.
And there's a ball that sits on the ground, and
Yeah.
and they do this thing where they swing the stick behind them.
Yeah.
Okay. And then they swing it forward quickly. Right.
Yeah.
And that stick hits the ball and
I'm
it
with
goes
you.
forward. It's pretty
good.
You know, if you haven't, if
Yeah.
you're just tuning into golf for the first time, that's
my
about
favorite.
how. That's totally how Mike.
Yeah.
That is
exactly.
totally right.
Exactly. I mean, this is my biggest issue with golf right now is that they call the short grass, they call that the green. But isn't all the grass green?
It's all green.
Couldn't you just
What are
call
you
it
gonna
all
do?
green? Don't you need a better name for it?
It's a point of contention.
It really bothers me. I think we should all get together and make it better for the you've got the tee box,
Call
which
it what
I
it
get
is.
because it's usually a box where you tee the ball up.
Yeah.
Then
it's
you've
a
got
box
the
shape.
fairway,
Yep.
and it's called that because
It's fair play.
it's. I was
the
going to
fairway.
say mostly
That's
because
it.
like
It's
when you
good.
hit it that way, it's the most fair in which. Then you've got the first cut, which is when they cut it once.
Right.
Yeah,
One
and then the
one time. The
then
second
you've got
cut.
then you've got the rough, and that's just you got a rough time getting out of that. Yeah,
It's rough. It's very
it's
rough being in there.
Yeah, but the green, it's
all green.
It's all green.
What are you gonna do? You should call it like more of the rolly surface.
They should call it like the what maybe it's a circle.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
they should call it like
they say lame things.
the whole area.
The controversy here is
They should tee box,
the whole-
fairway, rough, whole area. Ooh, he hit that close. He hit that really close to the whole area. Not close enough. He's going to have a rough time getting out of that rough.
You know, they say it's the dance floor, but nobody's dancing. So I really.
James Hahn.
All right,
dances.
round
All right,
three.
yeah.
All right, round three. Adam Long and Adam Lahiri, 8 under par, 64. Your worst. Adam Long's your guy. My guy picked up man of the people. Sam Burns, 6 over 78. Real punch in the gut.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Oh man, he was 8 under par going into the Saturday round, and he finished at 2. That was tough.
Yeah.
And by the end of the day on Saturday, Mackenzie Hughes and Adam Long are first and third.
Yeah, I was gonna say top 3. That was amazing.
Yeah, you're sitting pretty there.
Sitting pretty in this
and then we
creaky
move into
chair.
round 4.
I just got to stop moving.
We move into round 4. Yeah, please.
Yeah, we call that the Sunday round.
Sunday. That's little known fact. It's typically on a Sunday.
Yeah. Or the
Matthew
final round.
Swafford and Adam Long. Final.
Hudson
it's the last
Swafford.
one.
Adam Long did.
Did I say Matthew Swafford?
Adam Long came into it with a 2-shot lead, and he did not finish well.
No, he finished 4 back.
Finished 4 back, 3 over for the day. Everybody else was under par. Tyler McCumber shoots 6 under to move up 5 spots. Mackenzie Hughes shoots -2 to stay in the same spot. And you know what? 13, I didn't think 13 looked that hard, but everybody had a hard time on 13. Hudson Swafford,
Yes.
Mackenzie Hughes both bogeyed it. There are a couple of swings between then and the end, and not like golf swings, but actually like 2-hole swings, two-stroke swings. And Hudson Swafford wins it parring 18.
Yeah, I mean, he was he played really well all week.
Yeah.
And really it came down to Adam Long dropping the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Will Zalatoris, my guy, finished tied 8th.
Yeah.
Sam Burns finished tied 28th, and your guys, Mackenzie Hughes, finishes 3rd.
Yeah.
Scott.
Yeah, so here you go.
Jones.
Hudson Swafford, double bogeys 13, bogeys 15, and then birdies 17. Finishes out with a par to win by 1. If I double bogey and bogey with 6 holes left, I'm pooping myself.
Yep.
But he pulls it off with a birdie.
He does. He
Yeah.
does. Jones finishes T14 and Adam Long finishes 5th.
Yeah.
So you get 1,250 bonus points there. Not bad.
Yep.
And I'll get 500. So I think we're actually pretty even.
Was Hudson Swafford, was he on your radar?
No, he wasn't.
No.
No. My radar was Zalatoris, Burns, Connors, Hughes, Long, and Charles Howell III, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I had Charles Howell III on my radar as well. I feel like I've seen Nate Lashley a lot, and I should have saw that coming. He finished in 4th.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I thought Will Zalatoris was going to do much better than this.
Well, and he just had a bad day on Saturday, really. And if he had stayed where he was at or played, 2 or 3 strokes better, he would have been. He could have made a bigger push today and rode the wave and possibly won it. But, a top 10 finish isn't bad at all when you were favored to win.
No.
All right.
I mean, that's it for me for the tour, for the show, for the tour show. I've got a squeaky chair. I've got to get a new chair.
Or oil the chair.
Just set it on fire.
No, or you could just WD-40 that chair. Yes.
Do you mean this chair?
that one.
Oh, are you ready for the next read?
Yeah, tell me about your trip on Tuesday.
It's time for us to put down our bag and hear from our sponsors.
If you ever put your golf bag down like that, I would be so angry.
Oh, yeah, where you just throw it on the ground?
Mic drop. And it's just a golf bag drop. Golf bag drop.
It's one of those Sunday bags.
Yeah.
You just throw it down.
Yeah. So Adam, so we are doing our walk. We're doing 100 miles, 100 holes, Hadrian's Wall. We're doing it for charity. We're upwards of 300 pounds for charity right now.
Yeah, it's
we haven't
great.
even started walking yet. We're having a brilliant time doing the planning, working on videos still coming out. Did you see the tent race?
I did see the tent race.
Everybody's like, Adam has zero patience with you. I'm just like, get ready of that for 10 days.
Yes.
I'm going to be like, my leg's hurting. He's going to be like, your walk.
Adam has a good chance of. There's a bet going amongst the fan community on whether or not cousin Adam returns to America after this.
Where's this fan community that I don't know of?
We can't discuss it because obviously you can't be involved.
Because I will just send him home.
Yeah, you just depending on who you like best in the betting pool.
Yeah.
So, but my money, I'll just tell you now, is that he gets sick of you by day 8 and says, you know what?
I'm getting in the car. I'm getting my McDonald's.
Virginia sounds really good right now. And just
he's going to get the thing is he's going to get really mad at me while we're hiking. And I'm going to get really mad at him when we're golfing.
Yes.
So he's going to get mad at me and then I'm going to get mad at him. And so it's just going to be like, we've got to hug this out. Every few hours, we've just got to hug this out.
That's right.
So we leave on Tuesday. We're prepping. We're having a blast. We are doing the trip. Go to virginmoneygiving.com/100 miles, 100 holes. Go to the YouTube page. Check out Instagram. It's the link in our Instagram at the moment. It's on Twitter. It's on Facebook. Support us. Support the Swingdom. Support Rowcraft Hospice. Support the Golf Foundation. Wow, it's past midnight here. Sorry. Thank you to Bovey Tracy Golf Center for just being amazing, for letting that be my home course, for hooking us up with some golf stuff for our trip. Thank you, Tom, over at Bovey Tracy. Thank you, Trago, for hooking it up. And thank you, Mike, at the Polk Arms, my local. Thank you, thank you. Thank you all for being so supportive. And everybody who's donated, thank you all so much. And we really, really appreciate it. And we're going to be leaving on Tuesday, so we've got to do some scheduling stuff. But again, find the link, check it out. Even if you don't donate, look at the page or share the page. Maybe somebody you know will, and I think that's more important, is sharing it than even if you can't donate yourself. So back to the show.
Back to the show.
And now to your hosts, Ben Ridner and Gunnar Kane.
I
Thanks,
just want
Dan.
to do this and poke you in the side of the head.
No, don't.
Ugh.
Here.
Don't.
Which way do I have to go? This way?
You poke, and then I'll just do this. Ow.
I got you.
All right, we're the worst. Check that out on YouTube, and you'll be like, you guys are morons. So now, it's This Week in Golf.
Yes.
You said I have to get. Are you have exciting news?
Yeah. Yeah.
I have an apology to give out.
Oh no, Ben.
Would you like to tell your news, or should I apologize first?
No, you apologize first, because actually I have two bits of good news, and you're involved in one of them. So go ahead and apologize.
So I played golf with Mug Dad this morning.
Oh, Mug Dad is involved in one of mine.
And Mug Dad has this habit.
Uh-huh. Did you make him putt?
Of course, I make everybody putt. I make everybody putt. Everybody
0 putts
always.
given.
So Mug Dad has this habit of when I miss a putt, no matter like when I miss when I miss a close putt, like if I miss the hole by 6 inches and it goes like a foot past or is a foot short.
Yeah.
Like if it finishes sort of inside like that foot, but in a more sort of rectangular way, right. He just goes, "Oh, unlucky, mate. Unlucky. Unlucky." Which
translates into you suck at putting.
Which is what I take it as. Which is what I take, especially like as an 11.5 handicap. When I miss a 4-footer on the low side,
yeah, you're like, I know I need to work on it.
Yeah, I'm not like that's unlucky. I'm like, I should have hit that harder, or I should have picked it better. Like, it wasn't unlucky. I should have read that better.
Yeah,
especially my home course.
Yeah,
like I shouldn't be missing 4
I'm
footers.
with you.
If it's a 20-footer and I lip out or hit the flag and jars out and he goes unlucky, then I go, yeah, that's 50-50. That could have gone either way. Mm-hmm. But when he says it from like inside 10 feet, it makes me mad. So I was like, I had on hole 7, when you come out and play the course, you're going to love the course, but it's like, so hole 7 is like, it's a dog leg right that then turns left through like some trees.
Sure.
And it's a par 4 and the whole fairway slopes left to right. Right. So with my power fade, if I hit the fairway, it's the most prominent place where there's in course out of bounds. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like 30% of the 25% of the time my power fade goes out of bounds.
Right.
If not, like I have to aim like 60 yards left of the green to like get it to like center of the fairway. Normally on something like that, you're like, okay, well, like if I aim up the left side of the fairway, my fade will carry it and I'll land in the middle and I'll sort of like, I'll be somewhere between the middle and the right edge of the fairway.
Right.
Right. On this hole, if you land anywhere on the fairway, because there's only like a 10-foot strip of first cut, and then as soon as you get into the thick rough, that's out of bounds. So if you hit the fairway going left to right, you're out of bounds.
No good.
No good. Like it's not. So I did that. I didn't go out of bounds. I hit the left edge and I came all the way down to the right edge and was sort of like in between the fairway and out of bounds. And I had a great line at the hole and I knew that it went left to right. And I was like, I'm going to hit it 10 yards left of the green, knowing that my fade and the lay of the ground, I'm going to push it right. That didn't happen. It went dead straight out of bounds.
Oh.
So I was like, you look at the ground, you look at your club, you grab another ball, it's boundary. So I can't even like go find my ball. Like it's, so you know what I mean? Like I hit it in somebody's backyard.
Right.
So I play it again. This time I play it to the left edge of the green. I push it right into the rough on the right side of the green. I chip it on for 5. 1, 2 out, 3 drop, 4. I chip it on for 5, and I chip it to like 8 feet, but it's a big left to right. I'm aiming like 1.5 feet right of the hole. And I putt it, and I stop within 6 inches of the hole, past the hole, but I'm like 6 inches low. And it's like, I hate missing low side.
Oh yeah.
Because it means
side.
Yeah, it's like I didn't read it. I didn't go for it enough. I didn't trust it. Like something went wrong. So I miss it low side by 6 inches. I have a tap in for 7. I have a tap in for 7 on like the most like my arch nemesis. Just coughing? Now you're laughing? Are you laugh coughing? Okay. So
I'm here. I'm alive.
All right. On my arch nemesis hole, I shoot a 7. And when I miss the 7-foot putt low by like 3 inches underneath it, and like it's a tap in for 7, he's like, unlucky, mate. And I'm just like, stop it. Stop that. And he was like, what? I was like, when I miss a putt, it's like I don't feel like I'm unlucky. I feel like it's a bad putt.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad I got the speed right. But I'm mad that I'm not mad, but I know that I need to work on the angle of the putt.
Right.
Like I know I need to work on my read, my alignment. Did I push it? Did I hit it in the center of the club face? Like, and to be fair, if I'm missing it low, like I'm glad I didn't stop short, but if I'm missing it low, I need to hit it harder. So like for me, it's like there's 4 things. If I miss it low, there's 4 things I've done wrong with that putt.
Yeah.
And like in my head, that's what I've done. I did 4 things wrong to miss that putt from 8 feet. And when he's like unlucky, I'm just like, I get that you're a 26 handicap, Mug Dad. I'm talking directly to you. And I know that when you miss an 8-foot putt and then tap that 8-foot putt in, like when you miss an 8-foot putt by 6, it is unlucky because you're like, you could have missed it. You could have missed it by a lot more. Like, and that's fine. And I get that. And I know you're trying to be supportive of me in my golfing career. And I appreciate that sincerely. But when you say it's like, when you say it's unlucky, I feel like you've taken the control of the ball out of my hands. When in reality, like I had the control of the ball in my hand. I just dropped the ball. I didn't complete the task.
Mm-hmm.
And for a triple bogey is like just even more painful.
Yeah.
Because like my second shot should have been better.
Yeah.
My third shot should have been better.
Yeah.
No, my third was so my third shot should have been better. My first putt could have been in.
Right.
Like that's the thing is like if I was unlucky missing the putt, if I had made that putt, would that have made me lucky?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out whether the apology is coming.
So and I apologize at the course today because I didn't lose it like this. I was just sort of like, Mug Dad, like, don't tell me it's unlucky.
Right.
Because I feel like I missed that. And he was like, no. Like what I'm saying is good putt. Like it's just unlucky that you missed it. And I was just sort of like, okay. My apology here comes as this is, Mug Dad, I'm sincerely sorry that I got upset at what you thought was a compliment.
That's a good apology. That's very nice. Very good on you.
I will not do that again because it's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fun. I took what was a fun game of golf and I let my own inner competitiveness tarnish what was a wonderful, wonderful morning of golf.
Wow.
And so, Mug Dad, I just want to apologize. I'm excited to play golf when we get back. I'll see you tomorrow, Mug Dad.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, you'll be listening, so I will see you. I've already seen you.
Yeah.
Hey, Mug Dad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to rant and rave. It's just I just don't know. I didn't want to. Number one, I didn't really want to do this to his face because I feel like it's a bit harsh to be like.
So
and I feel like this is
make it public.
What? This isn't.
No, I love it.
Public?
Nobody listens. Okay.
Nobody listens to us. No, Mug Dad's one of my best friends. I love playing golf with him. This was more about clarifying it for myself because I didn't quite understand why I got so upset.
That's good. This is good to do.
So, thank you, Gunnar, for helping me clarify this.
You're welcome. Anytime.
I'm sorry, Mug Dad, for getting upset on the course.
Yeah, you should be.
I should be. He ended up like 4-putting from like 5 feet. I was
No,
bad.
no.
I threw
now
his
you're doing
game.
something wrong. No, stop.
I felt so bad. Sunday mornings at Bubby Tracy is golf and coffee. So I'll see you there. Mug Dad, I'm sorry. Are you what are you doing? Are you clapping?
No, we're just letting Mug Dad accept your apology.
Thank you, Mug Dad.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Well, you might want to rethink that apology because I put new grips on my club. Right, I got the new Tour Traction
Super
club
Strokes
grips from Super Stroke. Right. So I put those on my clubs. I posted a picture. Mug Dad immediately, which God love him, said
he's the best.
He immediately
He's the best.
He jumps on making fun of me and looks. He says something to the effect of, "Do you have leprosy in your hands? Why do you need grips like that?" So I said,
"That's Mug Dad in a nutshell."
So I said, I'm just trying to shave strokes, right? So he said, if I had to play with grips like that, I'd have a stroke. Comedy ensues. And he bets me, in the end, he bets me that I don't shoot at least 12 over par. Okay. I shot an 8 over par. And the bet was 2 pounds, 2 British pounds.
2 British pounds.
So he followed up with me today. As a matter of fact, this morning, he said,
where's the scorecard?
He said, how's our bet? It's on the counter. He said, how's our bet looking? I said, I shot at 8 over. And he said, well, tell Ben he owes you 2 pounds.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I said, I'll never see it, but I'll tell him.
But you'll tell everybody that I owe you 2 pounds.
That's right.
That's what you do. That's how it works. Arnold Palmer, rest in peace. That's his story. I'm sticking to it.
Ben owes me 2, and he owes my son 8.
Yep. So I owe you $11. I owe your entire family
Yeah,
$11.
total of $11 American
At
dollars.
some point, these will add up, and I'll just be able to buy you plane tickets.
Yeah, that's right. We'll have to make bets
Yeah.
until you owe us a trip.
Oh,
Yeah, and my second set of good news is Gavin played in the state championships for the VSGA, came in tied 5th. Every player at the tournament was a winner on tour, so it is basically the tournament of champions, if you will. But yeah, so he finished
it's
tied
not called
5th.
the tour. Is it called the? Is that what they call it? Did they go to Hawaii?
No, it's the tour championship. But
It's the FedEx Cup.
But like, let's say the Mid-Atlantic PGA,
Yeah.
there, if you have a podium finish, which is 1st through 3rd, you get to play in the championship.
Yeah.
In the VSGA, you have to win a tournament to be invited.
How many kids were there?
64.
Wow.
Yeah. So
tied 5th out of 64.
Yeah.
That's good. That's really cool.
So he played really well. So I'm gonna sit here and say he's the 5th ranked 10, 11-year-old in the state. So
I'm with you.
I don't know if that's true, but
I'm not mad
he came in 3rd at the tour championship for the other tour. So we'll meet in the middle and say it's 4th in the region.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was really cool. That was at Farmington Country Club. Big shout out to them. That's a beautiful place in Charlottesville. Absolutely gorgeous. The greens are like glass, and all the kids played. Well, we saw a hole-in-one, the group behind us.
Wow.
A kid hit a hole-in-one, so that was really cool to see. Yeah, so, into the off season. But what's really cool about this is the U.S. Amateur was held at Bandon Dunes.
That is really cool. I love Bandon.
Oh man, I cannot stop coughing. This room, I don't have the air circulating in here. So, anyways, the U.S. Amateur was held at Bandon Dunes. Well, somebody in the VSGA must be high up because they got all the practice round balls from the U.S. Amateur, and they're all Pro V1s, and they all say Tour on them, the Tour issue Pro V1s.
Yeah.
Well, every kid who finished the event yesterday got one of the practice round Pro V1s from the U.S. Amateur. So that's pretty cool. It's always nice to see,
cool.
Future tour players.
You've got not only you have to let the kids play, you've got to inspire them a bit.
Yeah.
You've got to keep them on the right track.
So it was super cool. Big shout out to them. But that's all we're doing in golf. Just winding down from a long season.
I'm winding down to wind back up.
That's right.
All right. I feel like this was a long show.
Long show, and we've said absolutely nothing, as it should be.
Next week is the Chicken Championship.
Yep, Chicken
Talk
Championship.
about that sometime between Monday and Wednesday.
Yep, one of those days.
You excited for the Chicken Championship? No. Maybe I'll get my chair fixed by then.
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
Probably not.
Hey, Gunnar, thanks for doing the show with me.
Thanks, Ben.
See you later.
Bye.
You've been listening to The Swingdom. Remember, we're just 2 guys, 28 clubs, 0 putts given.
Every time I hit the button now, I just have a heart attack that I didn't record it.
No, you totally recorded it.
Totally recorded that.